I got some salt.
What for?
Because we're making butter today.
Butter?
Butter. We bought some heavy whipping cream from our local wholesale store, and it didn't work, so we bought this, which is a local dairy, family owned. When you have the butter in the first stages, it's like whipping cream. Then the second stage is butter, and it separates from the milk, which makes buttermilk as a byproduct of the butter. When it whips out, the milk whips out, and the butter solidifies. We do know for a fact, we do this every week, we make butter. I do know for a fact that different heavy creams, some take longer than others. So it's not a perfect science. There's not like a perfect recipe. It's going to take 2 minutes, it's going to take 3 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. But what seems to work the best is the organic milk. So this is as close as we can get to organic milk. That's looking good already. We're going to pour this in. So about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway. All right. So it's going to be a little loud, so I'm going to probably fast forward through this so you don't have to listen to it. The thing about the small food processor, it's great because you make small batches, but you do have to hold your finger on the button. Literally.
Oh, that's butter. Three minutes and 45 seconds.
So the byproduct is the buttermilk. So now we have to get the buttermilk separate from the butter itself. This is how we do that. It's slippery because it's cold. There's the buttermilk. This is the messy part. Butter. Beautiful, yellow, fresh. So we're going to separate this. You want all that fresh butter. This is the messy part. You want to get all the buttermilk, the milk product, out of the butter. You just squeeze it slightly. So you want to squeeze as much as you can of the milk out, the buttermilk out. Now at this stage, you can, if you would like to, you can add salt to it. You can just sprinkle a little salt and mix it around and make salted butter. But that is really actually the best thing about making your own butter is you can add salt, you can add a little salt. You don't have to add any salt if you're using it for baking. And you just use it like you do normal butter. I squeezed all the milk out of it, the buttermilk, which is the byproduct. Now we're going to salt ours a little because we're going to use this with our corn and buttermilk and things like that. So we just sprinkle it and we just fold it, and okay. And this is our butter.
The beginning
of our butter. We put the buttermilk, which is the byproduct, we put it in a jar in the refrigerator, and we use it for cooking. The cream that we used, this cream has a lot of fat content in it, which made a lot more butter than some creams. The more fat in it, the more butter you're going to make. We're going to use the butter. We're going to use the milk as a byproduct. We're going to make some cornbread. Good old cornbread.
What else?
And some good old country meals. So we're going to make some chicken, cornbread, some peas, and some corn. The corn's definitely going to make good use of the butter. Okay, let's go. So this
is actually the butter that we made.
This is the butter we just made.
Right?
Just made. Fresh butter.
Okay.
So I put it in this. This is my grandmother's cast iron skillet. This is what she used to make the cornbread in when I was a kid. She made a lot of good stuff in this. This skillet has seen a lot of good food. I like the cornbread a little thick. So mix the eggs with the buttermilk. Sweet buttermilk, fresh eggs. It starts to look nice and creamy like that. That's looking good. Yum, looking good. So the butter's melted now. And the skillet is screaming hot. Just going to swirl it around a little bit. The reason you heat the skillet up, and it's nice and hot, and the butter's hot, the reason you do that, it'll make a nice brown crust on the cornbread. Yay! Now it's getting closer to time to eat.
Look at that. Is it ready?
Oh yeah, it's ready.
Oh yeah. That's chicken. We got rice.
Put a little butter in the rice. Okay.
More butter, that's good, that's good.
Mmm.
Buttery corn.
Buttery corn.
Yeah.
So I put butter on the corn, the rice, flavored a little oil and butter on the grilled chicken, and of course butter on the cornbread. Perfectly salted. Creamy, everything you want.
Good job.
We did it. Another success. Success at home. And look, the sun's shining outside. Now you can do it because it's fresh, control the salt, and it's fast and easy.
There you go.
There you go.
See you later.
Bye. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, share, and hit subscribe.